Well, the award for the Volunteer Specialist of the Year goes to Dr. Justin Fiala. Dr. Fiala, congratulations. Dr. Fiala, it's impressive to me, the work that you do for the clinic. I cannot, every time you're there, it's just, you have created access for patients to get the sleep care that they need. It is impressive to me to see how a patient can go home with a machine, with the instructions that you will give, come back, you will pull a report on your own laptop, and then give a CPAP for patients, give CPAPs to patients. To me, that is impressive. And every time you're there, it's just so happy for me to see the way that you interact not only with patients but to clinic volunteers, and that you continue to pass this knowledge to the medical students. Thank you so much for everything that you do, and you're amazing, Dr. Fiala.
Ooh, okay. Thank you, Anna. I really, man, I can't echo what everybody has said before me, which is teamwork makes the dream work. And truly, I mean, what a fantastic team at Community Health. It runs better than any clinic I've ever been a part of, like across institutions. And I think that just speaks volumes about the dedication of people. And the type of person that Community Health draws. I want to get personal just for a second and just say that for those of you who don't know me, I practice pulmonary critical care and sleep medicine. And I was actually a provider on the front lines of the pandemic. And it messed with, I think, all of us that had to witness so much despair and death, especially early on. And what I'll tell you is that the racial disparities that we saw were not subtle, and we had whole families admitted to the hospital, to the unit at the same time, and it was really horrific. And it was probably the winter of 2021 when, or maybe the winter of 2020, I suppose, December, that I really felt like it was the nadir. It was my low point. And I didn't necessarily know what to do because I was just in such a bad place emotionally. And it felt like I would see so much despair at work, and then I would come home and you'd watch the news and it seemed like there was just a lot of ugliness in the world and people being awful to one another. I remember lamenting to my now ex-husband, but at the time, everything was okay. And he was like, well, what are you doing about it? And I was like, well, that's a annoying question, but probably the right one. And I remembered back to when I was a medical student, like Stefania, in the UMed program, and I had been volunteering at Community Health, both as a medical student volunteer before UMed, and then I had a project that was attached to Community Health. And I had remembered thinking what a great place this was, that really was the or emphasized and epitomized patient-centered care, and how important that was in maintaining dignity within the care process. And so I reached out, and it became readily apparent that sleep was a huge need. And it made sense because in my training, it was the dirty secret that you couldn't get a patient without insurance any kind of sleep care. Testing had to be reimbursed, which wouldn't be done. And then even if you got them a test and you found out they had sleep apnea, how were you going to get them a machine and then supplies and whatnot? And so it created this really interesting problem where, when I started volunteering, it was a question of, can we reimagine this and try to build a system that totally circumvents insurance, because insurance just doesn't help us, right? And it's not aligned with the same type of mission that Community Health has, which is really that health and well-being is really a human right. And I think sleep is very, very, very much a part of that. And so to the extent that everybody at Community Health has done nothing but champion me with every crazy idea I've had, that when I get to be there on Saturday mornings, and I echo Dr. Sullivan's sense of like, I wish I could be there every week. And thank you, Dr. Sullivan, also for letting me piggyback on teaching your students, and and also for getting some updates on internal medicine that have lagged in the meantime. It really is just such a good scene whenever I'm there. And Anna, you're such a rock. You really. I could not do it without you. And shout outs to Jasmine and Jessica that have filled in when Anna needs a break, as she deserves. Really, I just cannot say enough. Top down, everybody at the clinic, I think, makes it a special place. And the fact that everybody has said the same things and spoken to the same deep connections to Community Health again, I think it speaks volumes to what it offers and its place in the community. So thank you, everybody. I'm beyond like overwhelmed and flattered to receive this award. And I can't wait to see where community health and our program within community health goes. I really am excited about the big things to come. So thank you again.
Congratulations, Dr. Fiala. For those who don't know, community health never had and probably didn't even consider that we would have a sleep program. And I told you this to your face, like you gave me my best story about what community health and volunteers can do, where you emailed me, we had a meeting, and it went from that meeting to Dr. Fiala at the clinic 2 times a month, doing an insomnia clinic, doing a sleep breathing clinic, getting us grant money, getting us those home sleep study kits that Anna talked about, getting us more CPAP machines, figuring out 3D printing masks. Like, you don't understand how creative and innovative and driven this person is to have such a like immediate legacy. And I told a couple of people, like the day we met, I was like, I can't wait to give him this award because you just completely changed the game for us and are doing it in a way that's sustainable. So I believe that if life takes you somewhere else, which I will kick and scream to make sure that doesn't happen, but if it
I'm
does,
with you for a while, don't worry.
I know that you'll make sure that this is not your clinic, but that it's community health clinic and our patients clinic. And that really is just like the power behind one individual is incredible. And I think it's just a matchmaking process of you know, us getting together and really doing something really amazing and life-changing for our patients. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Drop the link, man. There's a really cute tote that you all need that supports this sleep clinic. I have one and I'm about to have 3. So thank you for all that you're doing for our patients and for sleep patients at large, and really trying to change the system outside of community health. There it is. Seriously, y'all. That's the organization that he started in the last year. Like, yeah, a lot has happened. So thank you so much.
And it stands for Community Health Initiative for Patient-Centered Apnea Protocols, by the way. So it like, and it's a pun on a respiratory assist device called BiPAP. So in case anyone was wondering.
How? And that's even a perfect illustration. It's like super smart and thoughtful, but also like very playful and silly. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Everyone go get a tote. We can all wear them to clinic at the same time.